Greetings, salutations, and welcome. Today I wanted to talk to you about a little rumor that's going on and give you my opinions on it. Next year is 2021, and for a lot of people that's going to be a huge relief, being that this year, well, was 2020. But one of the things that a lot of coin collectors are kind of excited about is it's the 100th anniversary of the end of the Morgan dollar. Now, of course, there's that whole rumor about the 1964 Morgan dollar, and I won't get into that here. But suffice it to say, the last circulating Morgan dollars were produced in 1921, as well as the first peace dollars were produced in 1921. And for those of you who don't know what a Morgan dollar is or don't know what a peace dollar is, I'll probably do a whole spiel about that someday, but suffice to say, the Morgan dollar is the quintessential American silver dollar. It has Lady Liberty on one side and the eagle holding an olive branch and arrows on the backside. It's very nice, clean, simple coin, and it's got all the hallmarks of a modern US coin, the E pluribus unum, as well as In God We Trust and United States of America, that whole deal. The peace dollar is quite an interesting design in itself. I personally have never truly loved the design, but it's what circulated for a lot of the end of the silver phase. Being that a lot of them were made between 1921 and their end of their production, they circulated for a long time, particularly popular in Las Vegas all the way until the 60s when the United States stopped producing silver coinage. But neither here nor there. The US is considering making a commemorative silver dollar next year to commemorate the 100th anniversary, the end of the Morgan dollar, and 100th anniversary, the beginning of the peace dollar. So there's a lot of theories as to how this is going to take place. Some of you may not know, the United States Mint is only allowed to make 2 commemorative silver coins a year. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but this year's 2 silver coins were the 2020 women's suffrage coin to celebrate the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage, and the other was a basketball themed coin. I'm not exactly sure why that was picked. It's kind of neat though in that it's like concaved, convex. It has some shape to it. It's not just your standard coin. And both of those are genuine, circulable US silver coinage. Not that you'll ever seen one in circulation because again, they're silver and they're commemorative. Most people wouldn't even recognize them as money, but they do technically have a dollar value. The rest of the stuff the US Mint produces is commemorative medals or medallions that technically have no face value. They are allowed, however, to produce US gold coins, so that is one of the theories. Since next year we have our 2 commemorative coins already picked out, there is the theory that the Morgan and peace dollars may actually end up being gold coins. I kind of hate to crush the dreams of a lot of people, but there was actually a governmental bill passed saying that we will indeed have the Morgan dollar and possibly the peace dollar, but they have to be produced in 90% silver, just like the original coins. So we are going to be seeing a silver Morgan dollar and most likely a silver peace dollar. Now, the question that some people have is it going to be a true replica? Is it going to be a Morgan dollar with just 2021 put on it? That's what I would like to see personally. And we'll probably see some proofs and reverse proofs. And just for those of you who don't know, a proof is a coin that's made with a special die that's been polished so that the areas of the coin that were polished on the die end up being almost like a mirror-like finish. And then a reverse proof, typically the areas that are not polished on a proof are polished on a reverse proof. So kind of obvious there. So we'll probably end up with a proof and reverse proof of the Morgan dollar, as well as a proof and reverse proof of the peace dollar. There is a small chance that we'll end up with a coin that is a Morgan dollar on one side and a peace dollar on the other, creating a double heads coin, but I highly doubt that. There is the possibility that the silver coins will mostly be metals, and that we'll get a gold coin that's actually a coin. Just so I'm very clear, a metal is a coin in all but name, but a coin technically has a dollar value associated with it. Anyone can make a token, anyone can make a medal, anyone can make a medallion, but a government has to make a coin. So that's all I'm saying there. And not that, these coins wouldn't be made by the US government. I'm just saying that they're not necessarily money. Anyway, so personally what I would like to see is actually a massive amount of them produced. I would love to see them kind of replace the Sacagawea dollar and the presidential dollars, at least for this year. I've always loved the size of a dollar coin, and I kind of wish we had something here. But just so that you guys are aware, the size of coin, if you don't know what a Morgan or a peace dollar is, it's about the size of an Eisenhower dollar. It was originally 1 standard ounce of silver, so it's like literally 4 times the size of a quarter. Just so you know, a quarter is roughly 4 ounces. And oddly enough, yes, 10 dimes weighs as much as 4 quarters. Kind of an interesting thing. That's why they're the sizes that they are. As well as technically 4 quarters would weigh as much as an Ike dollar, for what that's worth. Ike dollar being an Eisenhower dollar. Anyway, the point is that next year we're going to be getting these commemoratives. It's set in stone. We're getting them. It's just, how do you think they'll come out? And I would actually love to hear from you guys how you think you would want a Morgan dollar released. I'm almost saddened that they didn't do one in copper nickel, because it'd be really cool to see the US circulate the Morgan dollar. Even if it's just for 1 year, even if collectors pull them all out of circulation, it'd be really sweet if they made them for a 1-year kind of gimmick. Maybe stir up some interest in the dollar coin program and stir up some interest in coin collecting. All those things never really worked out, but maybe this time it would. If anything, it would drive current collectors quite insane. Oh, one more thing to mention. The bill also said that it would be produced at the 3 current mints. Well, there's 4, but the 3 current mints that originally produced the Morgan dollar. So it would be made in Philadelphia, it would be made in Denver, and it would be made in San Francisco. With a proviso or provision that they also might make some special privy marked coins to commemorate the other 2 mints that originally minted the Morgan dollar, those being New Orleans and Carson City. Carson City, Nevada actually has reached out to the rest of the mints, and they're no longer a mint. They no longer make anything. But they actually do have the equipment that they could theoretically make some coins. And they reached out to the federal government and said, hey, we would actually like to make the Carson City Mint coins ourselves, or at least put a mark on them at our mint so that the coins have actually been there. And so there's a lot of talk about maybe having an additional stamp put on them at the Carson City Mint and at the New Orleans Mint. And I think that would actually be really neat, because a lot of coin collecting is the stories that the coins tell. Sure, they're beautiful works of art. Sure, some of them are precious metals, and that's worth it too. But it's really neat, the concept that these coins have these stories. They travel around, they do these things. And having the US Mint pull a old mint out of mothballs just to produce one coin one time would frankly be one of the neatest things that the US Mint has ever done. And so I truly wish they would do it. And I know collectors would pay quite a bit for a real Carson City coin. And I just hope they do that. So anyway, again, I would love to hear what you guys think about the new Morgan dollar and the possible new peace dollar. And I would love to hear if you guys want me to do more of these short style videos. I'm going to do them whether you like that or not. But I'd like to hear if you actually like them. I'm going to try to cover a topic every so often that I find passionate, like that I'm passionate about. Anyway, until next time, thank you very much for joining me on this shorter episode of the Kriegercast. And until next time, see you out there.